when you came after the full-scale invasion, one of your first trips were to liberated Bucha. And was it a shock for the West?
I think so. And I mean, I was there by chance. Of course, first I went to Lviv to see what's going on. And then I asked people like, can we go to Kiev? Is it safe? Yeah, more or less. It was when the Russians were still the last day around Kiev. And then when we finally decided to go, we had to go through this, basically the Zhytomyr-Kiev highway, the E40. And so we passed Bucha, or we were next to it. And the highway was full of dead bodies, and the fuel stations basically shot up, and it was really like driving through a horror movie. And my first impression was, well, this is war. I've seen it before. I know this is going to happen. So, okay, here it is. And I was really a bit surprised by the reaction of the West when they said, wow, Bucha, this was like crazy. I was like, what did you expect? Like, we know what Russians doing all over the world since decades, and it's not in some secret books hidden like in a vault. It's on CNN, it's on BBC, it's, you can Google it, it's on Wikipedia. And then it happened again, and the West said, oh, wow, we're shocked. And so I said, okay, do I have to make the shocked face now? Like, do I have to play surprised like everybody else? Because this was exactly what I expected from the Russians, nothing else. But I think for so many people, it was a shock. And even a lot of people I knew when the full-scale invasion started, they said, oh, what's going on there? What's happening? I said, well, you know that they took Crimea 10 years ago and now it's going on. And they said, never heard of this. Said like people who went to university, who read newspaper, they never heard anything about Crimea. I said, are you stupid or what? Like, are we living in the same world? And then, of course, when you never heard of Aleppo, not of Grozny, not of Czechia and Chechnya, and of course, then you're very surprised that war means dead people and that Russians in war means cruelty and torture and killing and raping and everything. And let's say I was surprised how surprised the West was, because, I mean, educated people should have known this a long time ago. And even now, when the bombing goes on and everything, they're still surprised. They say, hey, they kill babies. Yeah, I know, that's what they do. That's their daily business. That happens every single day. It's as sad as it is. That's nothing special when you're in a war with Russians. That's normal. And so, yeah, I think, let's say, to shock the West or to show them what's going on, it was good that Bucha was so much in the media and got so much attention. But I mean, we know stuff like this happened a lot on different levels in different cities and villages. I'm still, like every day, I'm surprised how stupid people keep themselves in a very open society like Germany. I don't understand it.
I remember I wrote an open letter to addressing our German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, who was famous for her concept of feminist foreign policy. And I wrote that in early February 22, saying here that if you are for real feminist foreign policy, then you need to arm Ukraine and arm Ukrainian women, because here are examples, not from the World War II, not from the 60s or 70s, from the last 20 years, we can prove that mass rape is Russia's concept of terrorizing the population and breaking the will of the local population. And we can see it in Chechnya, we can see it since 2014 in Russia-occupied Donbass. In Central African Republic, it was so massive that the United Nations, where Russia has so much influence, the United Nations had issued a special report on Wagnerite groups using rape against girls, women, and men as a tool of terror. And then that is what you should expect in Ukraine. There will be mass rape. And then everyone in Germany said, oh, we couldn't expect that. Of course you could if you have had a big time invested into learning what Russians are doing.